welcome back. It's Dawn here, and today we're going to start a little mini series of full videos, just one a day, and we're going to be painting water. And today we're going to be painting a river, just a very simple river scene. I've done a very simple background, not so that we don't complicate things too much, and I'm going to start with a round brush, just a number 4 or a 6, it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to wet right along the edge where that grass is, where that stretch of grass is. I'm just going to wet along there, and I'm going to take a dark brown. In this case I'm using sepia in Derwent watercolour pencils, or any dark brown that you've got in whatever brand of pencil that you like to use, and we're just going to darken that edge, because what that does, it makes the river, or it sets the river down lower. If you don't do this dark edge, it will make the river look the same level or the same height as the grass, and it'll look like we're going to flood it, and we don't want to do that. So that's how we're going to start our river. So straight away we're pushing the river down into that area. So we're going to start off the river section now, and I'm going to use two colours. I'm going to use Oriental Blue, which is quite a bright blue, and I'm going to use Smalt Blue, which is a sort of muted blue. So any two tones of blue that you like to use in whatever brand of pencils that you want to use is absolutely fine. And we're just going to shade it on very much like our basic wash. So as you can see, this Oriental Blue is actually quite a strong colour. So if you are using a strong colour, don't press too hard, otherwise you're going to end up with something that looks like a midnight river. So just shade quite lightly, but fairly evenly. But because it's water, water does obviously move, so it doesn't have to be totally even, but fairly evenly, so that there's an even coating of colour all over your page. So we'll try and do this fairly quickly, and then we're going to use, I'm going to use my Smalt Blue and do the same thing, just fairly evenly, but not quite so heavily, just like a type of glaze. Now, this is where we do something very slightly different, not really different, but I'm going to, you have been seeing me use my round brush, but this time I'm going to use a filbert brush, which is a sort of cross between a round and a flat, but if you've got a flat, that will be fine. And I'm going to dip it in the water, and I'm going to use the side, just the side of my brush here, and this will create the ripples. So rather than just do a general wash with a round brush, we are going to use our filbert or a small flat, and we're going to just stroke it in sideways, just overlapping each of the strokes like that. And then we get these lovely ripples and the lovely movement within the water, just like that. And I shall just do that a little bit quicker, because we're going to just carry on all the way down. Now I know normally, because we've got trees in the background here, you would see the trees reflecting in the water, but that's a different technique, and it's not possible to show you that in one video. So we will do reflections tomorrow. So as I say, I do know that, or I do realise that you would normally see the reflections of the trees, but not for today. We will just do the basic river, just to show you how to paint the river, just the water section, just like that. We're nearly done, so it's quite quick really. And then tomorrow I will show you how we put those reflections in. In fact, we'll do the same scene in probably the same colours, and I'll bring this one back and I'll show you the difference. So this is today's with just the water, so that looks quite nice, and you can see the ripples. And once it's dry, you can even put a few more darker ripples in if you want to, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to keep it very simple. And if you come back tomorrow, I will show you how we add the reflections, and we paint the reflections into the river, and then I will show you this one and the one with the reflections, just to show you the comparisons. So I hope you've enjoyed this first little painting in our series of painting water, and that you found it useful. And if you pop back tomorrow, you'll see how we put the reflections in the river as well. So do stay safe, Have fun with your paintings, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.